GF Review 16 coming at you with the Transformers Prime video review. I got my hands on Voyager DREADWING. I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on him. Here he is in the package. Light up blaster cannon. Very cool. Show his he's got his sword too there. Looks like a pretty accurate blaster, although it is the Powerizer gimmick, so it has the same type of gear action going there. Here he is in the packaging. Got him at my local retailer, Toys R Us. So there's the DREADWING art on the side, and yeah, Voyager jet mode. This is great. I'm excited about this. So press and hold, convert blaster cannon into Magnetar Pulse Blaster. Magnetar Pulse Blaster. Interesting. Sword included. There you go. So you can battle it out with the RID Optimus Prime in a little good old-fashioned sword fight. Weapon activates Energon Glow. Fighter jet mode. Yeah. Here we go. Here's the bio. For too long, DREADWING has lived in the shadow of Starscream, but with the Seeker Commander out of favor, he is more than happy to step into his rightful place at the right hand of Megatron. His power and intelligence have always been dangerous, but with the Decepticon Legion at his command, the very survival of the Autobots is in question. So you got intermediate level transformation 2. I would think from what I've seen so far on this figure, they would have given it a 3. But we'll get into the transformation in a minute. There's his technical data, strength 8, intelligence, speed, endurance, rank. Anyway, here we go. Let's get this guy out of package. See how awesome he is. DREADWING. Here is Voyager DREADWING in his jet alt mode. I have to say, I absolutely love this jet mode. DREADWING shares a twin spark with his twin brother Skyquake, who ironically they scan the same fighter jet, Lieutenant Fowler's fighter jet. It's basically like a Harrier jet. They show it hovering, so that would be basically like a Harrier jet, but it's like a military, a new military plane, a new military jet that Skyquake scans, and also DREADWING scans the same one. So very, very cool paint details on this. You got the Decepticon Seeker, the wings logo here. He does on the back, he has the robot kibble here. His hands are sticking out. We've seen that before on some other Voyager figures. And of course his legs are on the undercarriage. And then you have this strange intake out up here. These pieces kind of ugly, not really aerodynamic with the rest of the jet mode. But I mean, aside from that, I can overlook all that because I just love how this jet mode looks. Looks just awesome. And so yeah, DREADWING is a Seeker Commander, was a Seeker Commander, came to Earth looking for his closure, basically. He knows that his twin's spark has been extinguished, and he joins Megatron's ranks and assumes second in command under Megatron after Starscream defaults and disappears from the ranks. Here is a size comparison of the deluxe first edition Starscream. So there you have that for a size comparison. This is a pretty accurate scale. Here is Soundwave, and then you want to do, here is the Voyager Starscream. So the Voyager Starscream is a larger figure, obviously not as bulky, and not really as in scale. I think the deluxe one is more accurately scaled. Here is the Megatron jet mode, spaceship mode. So Just love the way this figure looks, and love the compactness of it. The size of it is really cool. He transforms into a larger figure. The transformation is really awesome. I love it. It's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be, but nonetheless, very cool. So definitely give this jet mode high points. You know, aside from the undercarriage, of course, his legs on the bottom, but he's got the fold-up landing gear as well. This landing gear is stationary; it can't be folded in. So that's there in his jet mode. Very cool paint details. The gold metallic, awesome. I love it. So yeah, so let's get into the transformation. Alright, transforming Dreadwing from his jet alt mode into his awesome robot mode. So what you want to do is wiggle the legs loose. You can do it from this side. They tab in here. So wiggle the legs loose, extend the leg part here, like so. This is the main thing that concerns me. This is probably the only area that could be some breakage or wear on, because this is thin area and this is his whole leg section is on that. So you want to be really careful when you do that. Extend that down, clip his legs together. His legs are pretty much all in one. Fold his feet out. And there you have Dreadwing's legs. And fold these up. This is a matter of preference how you want to display him with his the back wings on his feet. Come around to the back, and his arms tab in here, and so you want to extend those out like so. Take the wing part here, flip these out, fold this down. You can fold these out and around, and this is there's a little bit of clearance issue here. So these things you want to extend his wings out like this, being very careful not to strain it. And they kind of, if you put this down, is probably the best way to do it. Extend those out, fold this around, extend these out like so, and then that will allow, well, get this up here. His landing gear is folded in, so you're going to come underneath here and split this section. You'll be being very careful. It's hard to split here. So yeah, of course I gave it some force, but be careful when you split this. These will come out. I guess before you split that, here's what you want to do. You want to take these pieces here, the fuselage part of the jet. This will become his shoulder pads, and they're on hinges here. So you want to extend these out like that. Extend this out like that. There you go. And that gives you more room to split these here and then bring them forward. All the way forward. Like so. And then this part will fold down like that, allowing some clearance enough to pull his head out. And then this whole section will fold up, the nose will fold under, and this part of it will come together underneath. Fold the shoulder pieces out. And then this, you want to make sure this all will collapse in and tab in right there. Mine has a little bit issue here. I got to take an X-Acto and shave some of this plastic off. So that will come down. This will fold under, making sure that this yellow piece folds underneath in the back, and that will give it enough clearance. Folds underneath the back, will give it enough clearance to tab that into place, and then his head will tab right in there. Now the arms, fold those up, bring those in all the way up underneath the shoulder pad, and let's see, fold these around and then flip his hand. So there is his arm. Fold this all the way up, fold it around, and then flip his hand around like so. And then on his back here, his wings stay in the back, and this section will fold up against his back, and all of that will tab and collapse into place. And then the wings, the back. So there's the back of him, and the front, and there you have Dreadwing in his robot mode. And I can't even tell you how awesome I think that this figure is, and you know, and if you've had him, you can see him here. Very, very accurate representation of his character in the show, in the animated show. Very honorable, loyal Dreadwing, loyal to Megatron and the Decepticons. The only thing he's probably more loyal to than Megatron is his twin brother, and he is out for revenge on anyone involved in the death of Skyquake, including Starscream himself. So here is his weapon, his Magnetar pulse cannon weaponizer gimmick with the LED light up energon. So he comes with that. He comes with his sword, which this is awesome mold of his sword, very accurate. It has the peg in the back too, so he can store his sword on his back like in the show. So love that feature. You can put his Powerizer weapon on there, but you know me, I'm not into those Powerizer weapons really. I've seen people modify this so it is a cannon, and it's an underslung cannon in the show. There's not really a way that you can do that and get him to undersling it. That sucks. But his sword also attaches to it, stores on it like on the show where he stores them both together. So that's also a cool feature. So pretty cool Powerizer weapon. Again, not really a big fan of those, but I would have rather have a peg underneath where he could have his underslung cannon. So very cool. Love the figure. Love the details. Love the paint applications, the color scheme. He has I have one complaint. His head sculpt is just awesome. Let me get in on the detail. Sorry about that. Focus in. And you got to look at if there's ones at your store. If you're lucky enough to get this guy at retail, you want to look and make sure that the paint is pretty good. So he does have the light piping there, but his eyes are also painted. And his head is rubber. The only paint thing missing is these horn spikes, or these parts of his head that comes out here are supposed to be gold also. but his head, you want to be really careful. It's on a ball joint and it has full rotation. It can rotate 360 degrees, but because his head's rubber, I haven't seen another figure that has a rubber head like this. The plastic part, which is the light piping, connects to his eyes. So his eyes are these little plastic pieces that shoot out. So having a rubber head that's really tight, if you move this too much, you could break one of the plastic eyes that poke through there. So you got to be careful in rotating his head not to break any of the plastic pieces inside, because it's rubber. It's a soft rubber. So again, he's got the soft rubber knees, rubber here, and there's some clearance issues. That's probably why they made this rubber, to get this to compact nicely onto his back. I have no complaints about the materials used here. I absolutely love the way that this guy looks. So yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite Voyager figures. The transformation, I absolutely love it. I love the way he looks. I love his character in the show. And very excited. So here he is. Here's a size comparison with the Voyager Megatron. So Megatron is larger, and I think this is pretty accurate, although Dreadwing is a little bit smaller. But overall, the scale, Megatron should have been a larger Voyager figure. He's pretty much the biggest Transformer on the show. Here he is. But yeah, here he is. Next to the Starscream, who he takes captive when they're in Antarctica, and Dreadwing battles Prime. But Starscream, of course, escapes again, gets a hold of the Apex armor. Here he is with Wheeljack, because he came into the show with battling Wheeljack. So there's a big size difference here with the deluxe Wheeljack and the massive, overpowering Dreadwing. And he also battles Bulkhead. This is the RID Bulkhead. I do have the first edition Bulkhead. He is still in the package, so we're going to do a video review on him. It's been a long time coming to that. I haven't wanted to open him, but I think they did a re-release of the first edition figures with Christmas coming up, so I'm going to get him out of package. Take a look, and here's the Voyager Starscream with Dreadwing. So you can see the Voyager Starscream. I love it. It's a beautiful, great figure. It's a must-have for your collection. I really love the jet mode, and I love the transformation of the Voyager Starscream. But he's just not in scale with the other figures. He's even larger than Megatron, or at the same size as whatever. So anyway, the scale is off there. But then you got first edition Prime and Dreadwing. So very cool. Optimus tries multiple times to get him to join the Autobot ranks. I was just seeing if I could plug the RID Optimus blade in here, get him to store that. You kind of can, but no, it doesn't really stay. These pegs are part of the transformation, so this is a little bit of kibble here on the figure, but aside from that, just absolutely love this Dreadwing. So I highly recommend this figure. This is one of my all-time favorite Voyager figures in the Transformers Prime line, and I just can't say enough good things about him. I love him. Go pick him up. He's definitely worth the pickup. So TF Review 16 signing off. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, tell me what you thought, and I'll see you next time.